Nebraska farmers have harvested 9% of this year's corn crop, 7 points behind the 5-year average and 42 points behind this time a year ago. But those open cornfields may now provide another feed source for the state's cattle. As such, we asked Rick Rasby this week what producers might want to keep in mind as they turn their cows out on stalks.
Corn residue really is a very good feed resource for beef cows. Weaning's not that far away for most cow-calf operations. In fact, a lot of cows in Nebraska, or calves in Nebraska, are weaned in October and November. These residues provide an excellent feed resource, especially for cows after weaning. Cows can actually increase weight and body condition by grazing residue. They are selective grazers. They'll graze or select the corn if there's any corn left in the field, followed by the husk and the leaf, and finally the cob and the stalk. And really anymore there's not a lot of corn left in the field, and so husk and leaf are the primary components that the cows will select. If you take a look at our corn stalk grazing calculator, we actually determine stalking rate or the number of cows per acre based on the yield. And so based on yield, that will determine the amount of residue that's left in the field. And we can also calculate based on yield the amount of husk and leaf that's left in the field. And so we'll actually calculate, at least for our recommendations, for cows to graze stalk fields, but the target component will be the husk and the leaf. We've actually looked at supplementation of cows on corn stalks. Cows really can do quite well without a lot of supplementation. In fact, our data would suggest that cows in good body condition going out on corn stalks actually don't need any protein supplementation. In fact, about all they need is salt and minerals. If those cows are a little bit thin going out on corn stalks, it might be worth the chips to maybe add a little bit of protein supplement into that supplementation program. If you take a look at crop residues, if the cows are thin, protein will actually increase consumption of crop residues. So as you take a look at it, excellent feed resource out there. As you think about grazing stalk residues, what I'd have you do is just to make sure that there's not a lot of down corn. I think the harvest conditions this year look really good, and so I wouldn't expect a lot of down corn. I'd have you check the ends of the fields in case you turned a little bit sharp or the hopper was a little bit full and you spilled some corn on the ends of those rows. Make sure that those areas are cleaned up, because cattle that are really or have grazed corn residue in the past, they know how to find corn, and if they find it at the end of the field and in those piles, it probably needs to be cleaned up so that you can basically get away from any kind of problems with the cows.